Hi guys, today is Wednesday, April 8th. This is Language Arts, your last video before spring break. And I hope you guys have an awesome, safe spring break, that you enjoy your time with your families, maybe hang out in a hammock in the backyard, play games, read, definitely read your book report book, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go over what work is due for today, and then we will get on with the lesson. So today, well, we will have done a poem pass-off already for the day via the Zoom call. Page 159 for penmanship. Today is going to be a grammar test, so you need to listen carefully when I give instructions on my expectations for that, because it will be a test. You had building thinking skills, and I don't know why a bunch of you are missing the pages you should have. If you don't have them, you might need to see if a friend can send you pictures or something, because we're having random people, and the hard thing is it's like one person a day. So it's not like a bunch of you are missing them, it's just like on different days. I'm not sure how that happened. So building thinking skills, page 134 to 145, so that's kind of a lot. And because of that, I did not give you a morning writing prompt. I just included it all actually with your literature. So you can thank me for that. So you don't have a morning writing prompt because I knew that this building thinking skills was longer. And then whatever you have for math, I know my math class, we will not be having a test today because we had one Friday. We'll just be doing a set. And then all corrections will be due as well. There's no Latin work today because we're going into a break. I just wanted you guys to kind of have a little bit less to do. Our vocabulary word, finish up your science, and then you'll take the spelling test if you did not get 100 yesterday. Literature, I want you to write a paragraph on which one of all the short stories we've read in the past couple weeks you liked best, and I want you to explain why. What about it was interesting to you, exciting to you, what you liked the best about that. All right, today our vocabulary word is nomad, which I think some of you might have heard, and you're going to be doing picture dictionary for this word. Nomad, what part of speech do you think that is? Do you think it's describing something like you are nomad, you do nomad, or it's a thing? Okay, so nomad is actually a noun. It is a member of a tribe that has no fixed abode, and an abode is a place to live. A member of a tribe that has no fixed abode. Man, my light is bugging. I wonder if I move this. Okay, but wanders from place to place, a wanderer. So somebody who has no fixed living place. Sorry, let me hold that up, try to not get the light. Oh, will you turn off the light for a minute, Brooke? This is reflecting too much. Brooke, can you turn off the bedroom light? Mm-hmm. See if we can get it so that my light is not shining in it too much. Okay, so nomad, noun, member of a tribe that has no, I can't read it backward, fixed abode, but wanders from place to place, a wanderer. Okay, you're going to do picture dictionary. The sentence for that is, mobile homes appeal to people with nomadic inclinations. So homes that you can actually drive around and change the place, like the location that you're living. So a nomad is somebody who really just travels and doesn't have like one set place that is called home. And there are a lot of tribal people who are nomads who honestly just wander across the earth or different parts, just living in a new place all different times. Okay, today's grammar is a test, and this test is going to be on everything that we have been learning up until for the last 2 weeks, but in a simpler way. Okay, so let me read what the instructions are. You need to make sure to read these tonight. You need to make sure to listen to what I'm saying. This is a test, so everything needs to be done like I'm telling you. Okay, the following sentences contain pronouns. So this is all about pronouns, but they are pronouns used as subjects, predicate nominatives, direct and indirect objects of verbs, and objects of prepositions. So in all of these, you will be finding pronouns, but they are all going to have various parts of speeches that the pronouns are. So Be prepared to tell how the pronoun is used. So after each number, write the correct pronoun from the parentheses. Be prepared to tell how the pronoun is used. So you will be labeling how it's used. I'm doing number 1 for you. So you will just have 2 through 10. This begins on page 167. It's review exercise B, and it goes to 168. There are 10 of them. You'll have 9 because I'm doing number 1 with you. Okay, the first sentence is, Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman to graduate from medical school, and she or her, we have to pick which one, later became a famous teacher of doctors. Okay, so the first thing, the first thing I need to do, let me see if I can adjust real quick. All right, so the first thing I have to do is I have to figure out which pronoun to use. So let's read this sentence with both pronouns and see which one fits. Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman, I can't read it backwards and upside down, so let me use my book. Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman to graduate from medical school, and she later became a famous teacher of doctors. Okay, so that one sounded correct, right? Let's try the other one. Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman to graduate from medical school, and her later became a famous teacher of doctors. So obviously this is going to be she. Okay, so the first thing I do is I write the number 1, and then I chose the correct pronoun, which is she. Now I have to figure out what is she? I mean, what is it going to be? So I'm going to first figure out the different parts of the sentence. Remember, we are trying to decide if it is the subject, predicate nominative, direct or indirect object, or object of the preposition. So we have to kind of go through and find everything. So Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman to graduate from medical school, and she, we know that she later became a famous teacher of doctors. Let's first cross out any prepositional phrases, and if that falls within the prepositional phrase, we know that it will be the object of the preposition. Okay, so Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman to graduate, is a prepositional phrase, from medical school is a prepositional phrase, and she later became a famous teacher of doctors. Okay, so that was not in a prepositional phrase. So let's, now that we have those crossed out, find our verb. Our verb in here is was. Who or what was Elizabeth Blackwell was. So we know that Elizabeth Blackwell is my subject. So Elizabeth Blackwell was the first woman. So what was she? First woman to graduate from medical school, okay? And she later became a famous teacher. So what part of speech is she? So, and she. Because that we have this conjunction here, we are having and she later became. Okay, so we're gonna look through here, and we actually, our conjunction, we have 2 sentences here. So she later became is actually another verb. So we have 2 verbs in our sentence. So who or what became a famous teacher? She became. So she is actually a subject. So this was a really long one that with our conjunction, we had 2 different sentences or 2 different verbs and subjects. Now the subject is a pronoun, still talking about Elizabeth Blackwell. So it is our subject. She is our subject. That is how number 1 is done. So all of yours, you have to identify the proper pronoun and then tell me what part of the sentence it is. Make sure you're really careful in the way you look through these sentences. This is a test. It's going to be tricky. So you have 9 of them. You need to write which assignment this is. You can't just write grammar. You have to write review exercise B. Begins on page 167. Make sure you have your name on it. And since this is a test, I really, really want you to try to do this on your own. But if you have any questions, let me know which ones you are feeling a little confused on.